Hi, this is Math 2231 Remote Delivery for May 12th, 2020. This is part 1, covering Recovery Quiz Solutions. This is the last student content learning. You may want to pause because there is learning that happens here, or at least possible here. Problem 1 was a limit problem, and there will be limit problems. There's at least 2. Won't necessarily be exactly this limit problem. In fact, I will tell you it is not this limit problem, but reviewing these techniques is good. And remember, the limit here, you can try just plugging it in, but you'll get 0 over 0. So the technique to use on this problem is to, instead of getting 0 over 0, you'll multiply top and bottom by the conjugate, in this case of the denominator, and simplify, and you get this. This allows you to cancel out a common factor. So this will simplify, and remember, the limit doesn't have anything to do with what happens at 1. It has everything to do with what happens near 1. And so now what you can do is you can substitute 1 into this expression. The answer is minus 6 over 7. There will be no calculators. There will be fractions. Number 2, you were to find the derivative, and we evaluated a point. Again, that's what you're going to be doing on the test, not necessarily for the quotient rule or for this function, but you are going to be taking derivatives and you're going to be evaluating at a point. So we use the quotient rule here. We can pull that constant out, and then we take the quotient rule. We simplify that as much as possible, but then I wanted you to plug in negative 2. So if you plug in negative 2, you'll get minus 76 over 625. Again, no calculator. There will be fractions. There will be taking derivatives. Number 3 is a definite integral. This answer will be a number, and there definitely are definite integrals that you will be evaluating here, and many of them will involve u substitution. So here the substitution you want to use is u is equal to 1 plus 3 times sine x. You find du, and then you solve for dx, and you substitute in, and it simplifies to this. Notice that I pulled out the constants because it simplifies the calculation. And notice that if this is a u, your limits have to be u's, so you must be mindful of your limits. We add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent. That's 3 over 2. That's getting there. Plug the number in, do the arithmetic without calculator, and get 28 over 9. Problem number 4 is a related rates problem. Actually, we did this very related rates problem in class, and my mates in the math department, for some research we're doing, they picked this problem. It's a good problem. We did it in class. It's in your notes. It's probably I think we may have done this before we went to remote delivery, and so it might be in your notes there. But anyway, related rates, and there is a related rates problem on the final exam. So there is some governing equation that exists throughout. Here it is simply the Pythagorean theorem. Now we use implicit differentiation. Implicit differentiation is on the final exam. And again, we're differentiating implicitly here with respect to time, because that's what you do with related rates problems. So we get this, and the derivative of 25 squared is a constant. It's just 0. That's how you do implicit differentiation. The thing we needed to solve for here in my picture was dy dt, and so we solve for that, and we get this. We substitute in the numbers. There's always a snapshot in time, and the snapshot in time they gave us, this was a constant. This is always true. The snapshot in time we were looking at was when x was 15, so we can find what y is, and then we solve for dy dt, and we get that. This is all very typical of related rates, and there is a related rates problem on the final exam. The trapezoidal rule I covered because I was supposed to cover it. It is not on the final exam, but here is the solution if you want to do it. I will note that there will be fractions and no calculators on the final exam. Be prepared for that. Expect that. Now, more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now, more than ever, take care of yourself and of others. God bless and good luck.